Welcome back to A Real Pain. Today we're reviewing what I think is a classic. We'll get into it. Boondock Saints. I'm 6 feet from the hedge.
Dude,
and I'm thinking.
You know what I can't believe they didn't include in this movie? And I think would have not actually made it a 10 out of 10. Where was the drop kick Murphys?
So
that would have went so hard in this movie.
Very interesting take.
Thank you.
Because I was kind of talking a little bit about this before we started the episode.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, this is one of those cult classics. This is probably one of the first ones that I can remember being around for, if that makes sense. And what do I mean by that is no recollection of this coming out in the theater. Came out in 99.
Yeah, you know why you don't have a recollection of it? I'm
Why?
pretty sure it only came out in 5 theaters.
Oh, got it.
And the director put all the money towards it himself to put it in those theaters.
Got it.
It might not have been that low, but it was a very limited release.
Okay, that totally tracks. And then I know for a fact that when it hit VHS Blu-ray, it blew up.
Yep.
Because all of my friends that were older than me had this movie. They would watch it before St. Patrick's Day.
So funny.
It definitely had its own cult following, which I was very much a part of.
Yeah.
We'll get to whether or not I'm still a part of that cult or not.
I have a theory.
Okay.
And let me know if you have watched this before and then watched it recently. What you guys think? But I think a lot of dudes watched this in high school and thought it was the coolest thing ever and haven't watched it since then and are still holding on to that opinion. I
feel seen.
I think people might be due for a rewatch for this one.
Okay, so you're saying I'm picking up 5, 6 vibes from you.
We shall see.
Okay, well, if you don't know, this movie is about 2 brothers, Murphy and Connor, and they are, I'm oversimplifying it here, but they are Catholic and Irish.
And Irish, yes.
Very important. And they sort of get this vision or word from God, if you will, to go on a killing spree.
Yes, their holy moral mission.
Yeah, is to cleanse the earth of all evil. And that's how we would have described it when it came out, was 2 brothers get a word to just go on a killing spree. I remember it being awesome. I don't know how I feel now. I think we're going to talk through some stuff. But I think we just got to get into it. So do you want to do your initial ratings now?
Yeah, real quick. I know we don't do the one-liner, describe the movie thing anymore, but I think a perfect one-liner description would be religious psychosis, the movie.
I got some work to, I got some work to do in bumping my numbers up with you, I think.
Yep.
So
I'll let you go first, John. This was your pick.
Okay. So I will say, when I told Emily that we were doing this movie, she was excited. She was like, I remember this movie being really good.
Mm-hmm.
And so she watched it with me last night, and she definitely commented that it didn't age well, and it definitely she's glad she watched it again, but she definitely changed her perspective on the rewatch. And I don't know if I changed mine that much.
Really? Okay.
So I think that's how we're going to have to get into it without saying specific words.
Yep. Yeah, for real.
Okay.
All right. You want to show your initial rating?
Yeah.
Close my eyes.
Okay, here we go. This is after the rewatch.
John's rating is an 8.
Okay. Close yours.
Matthew's rating is a 5.5.
For whatever reason, you're like, close your eyes, and then I just look
immediately
straight
want to
look
straight
at the clipboard. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm trying to think if there's any other plot points that we need to cover, and I really don't think that there are.
Yeah, Rocco, their best friend, works for a crime syndicate. He's
Yep.
kind of like why they're able to figure out stuff. Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe is the FBI agent who's kind of on their tail the whole movie.
Yep.
Speaking of Willem Dafoe, that dude's back must hurt.
For carrying the movie?
Because he carried that whole entire movie. Willem Dafoe, that man is a generational actor. He was, honestly, and I'll spoil it, any scene he was in, there is one particular scene I'm wondering if you can guess if it was my favorite.
Okay.
But yeah, Willem Dafoe, best part of that movie for sure.
No, for sure. And that's actually something that's really interesting because I did mention at one point that there's a sequel.
Yeah, All Saints Day
All Saints Day.
came out 10 years
I only
later.
watched it once. And if memory serves correct, I don't feel like the supporting cast is in it that much. I think it's just the three main Irish guys. And was it clear to you towards the end of the movie? And this is, again, if you haven't seen this movie, it's 20 some years. So I think we can do some spoilers.
It's like 27 years.
Towards the end of the movie, and I know I'm jumping ahead, but this was like one of the biggest questions I had after walking away from the rewatch was they connect with that older character that knows the same family prayer that they do before they kill
Il Dulce.
El
Yes,
Duce.
El Duce.
Yeah.
And which I thought they did a great job of like building the hype of that guy being scary. He disagrees.
The hype build was good.
Yeah, the hype build.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yes,
Just the hype build.
Yeah, the
That's
hype build
that's-
was great. Yes.
okay.
The initial scene where he's in the prison. Yes,
Yeah.
that was good.
But
that was
then the older guy walks in and he hears them saying the prayer and then he starts saying the prayer.
good.
And then later they call him Da.
Yeah.
And so how is he related?
I
They don't
guess
address
he's
it.
just supposed to be their dad.
So here's
because-
my problem. Here's my hot take.
Okay, let's hear it.
You cannot like Boondock Saints and hate Batman versus Superman. It's my hot take.
What's
Because
your reasoning?
in Batman versus Superman, Batman's got Superman on the ground and Superman says, "Save Martha."
Okay.
And Bruce Wayne is like, "Why did you say that name?"
Yeah.
And then they connect. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't have that big of a problem, but people lost their minds. Okay. That's essentially what this movie does is one
Yeah.
guy hears a prayer and then he's like, I'm not going to try to kill him anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to join him actually.
Well, I think they're both bad, but
You think they're both bad. Okay.
I'm shaking my head. Yes, if you're listening.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just get into this bad boy. Okay. Yeah.
You want to try and guess my favorite
I
scene?
do. I think your favorite scene is through the progression of the movie. And this is one of my, I can't say my favorite thing because actually, okay. Sorry. Sudafed.
Sudafed. John has been sick and he's on Sudafed.
Yeah. So running on pure fumes here. So throughout the movie, the thing that I love about this movie is they just are about to go on a mission, and there's several missions throughout the movie of taking out characters, bad characters. And it shows you right before they go in the room, and then it cuts to Willem Dafoe's character, who's an FBI investigator, like guessing or figuring out what happened. And it progressively gets more and more insane.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Willem Dafoe, again, I agree with you, carries this movie.
100%.
But I think your favorite part is when Willem Dafoe just becomes completely unhinged at the crime scene. And he's he's getting to the point of like, he was like, something unexpected happened. There was a firefight. And then he just like, is like, he's in the scene with them. Like,
Yeah.
guess, and I'm like, This is so good. And so I think that that's your favorite scene.
Yeah, my favorite scene was because it almost started off being my least favorite scene. Because at this point, it was either the fourth or third time where they were doing the thing where he gets to the scene, they do a flashback of them actually committing the, vigilante stuff, and then him figuring it out.
Yeah.
I was like, this is getting really tired.
Yeah.
But then they did it in a way where he was actually doing all the actions with him in the scene with the two brothers. I was like, okay, they switched it up. This is actually pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely my favorite scene for sure.
So one specific shout out on that scene, which I think I kind of was aware when we watched it back in the day, but now that, we make videos for a living,
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciated when Willem Dafoe's character is explaining how they got the wife to open the gate. And then they do a slow, like a walk. So like Willem Dafoe's talking about what the characters are doing. And then the characters freeze, almost like a stage play.
Yeah.
And then the camera pans past them and zooms in on Willem Dafoe. And I just thought that was such a unique take on that. Cause like now movies, it's like really easy to like do freeze frames and
for sure
all of that stuff. And so for them to do that practically and for it to look really good, I thought was just,
I feel
really
like
good.
that's like the scene in the movie. So I kind of had the same guess for you that was your favorite scene as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just, that was the best scene in the movie.
Yeah. And there was such an incredible build up to it. My other favorite part is that sort of the goofy detective that's always trying to guess.
Yeah. He's
What's going
always
on.
so wrong.
And he's just so wrong. And then at the end, his final guess is, what if it was one guy with 6 guns?
He was right.
And he was right. So I just thought like the writing and some of the development in the characters was like really unique and a detail that I might have missed the first couple watches.
Yeah. John, here's my internal conflict about this movie.
Okay.
Is I have a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
But I also had a fun time watching it too, and I hate that. I hate that so much. But there was moments where I was like, oh, I shouldn't be enjoying this. But
Yeah.
I did.
It's a guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah, this is like the definition of a guilty pleasure for sure. For sure.
What was your favorite scene, Tabby? I got to know.
First of all, I loved most of the fight scenes. They were so well choreographed and the camera shots were so good. It like made you forget how weird the transitions were because I really hated the transitions.
The fades to black.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I'm watching Star Wars. But I love that. But that scene with Willem Dafoe, reenacting the scene,
Yeah.
so good.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
So we can all agree that was the highlight of the film.
100%. 100%.
For sure. Upon rewatch, I must confess, I didn't realize how much of the main character Willem Dafoe was.
Mm.
So like in my memories of this movie, I always remember the brothers, their story, yada, yada, yada. And I always remembered Willem Dafoe being like a side character.
Yeah.
And he's like the main character, if anything.
Yeah, I saw a poster when I looked it up, and it was the two main brothers, and then it was Willem Dafoe's face right behind them.
Yep.
I feel like that was a good representation of who the main characters were in the movie.
Yeah, for sure. I am going to take a stab at your least favorite series or scenes.
Sudafed.
Hashtag Sudafed.
Not a sponsor.
This is how dedicated we are to the pod. I'm pretty drugged up.
Mm-hmm.
On
And he's
Sudafed.
still here.
And I'm still here talking movies with my crew. So, just a little shout out to myself. It's the Sudafed. It makes you brag on yourself. I mean, it's the side effect. I'm going to guess that. So here's my dilemma. I don't think that you cared for the joke.
Yeah, that was rough.
So, but here's also my thing is there were also usages of the F word, which not the uck one.
Yep, not the duck.
Not the duck. But I was thinking about it because we did have an issue when it came to Lethal Weapon and saying that line didn't age well.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. All of the jokes about that type of stuff were made by the bad guys.
By the bad guys. Yep, I would agree.
So they did separate it from that.
Yeah.
And then at one point there's even, they mentioned like one of the cops says the F word and Willem Dafoe's character who's gay is like, what did you say?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there was a self-awareness of like, this word is not to be used.
Yeah.
In 99.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I was not expecting Willem's character to be gay and then just be like a regular character. Just in this type of movie. That was
and for that time period.
Yeah, that was the last thing I was expecting. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
go.
it was pretty solid. I mean, and
sorry. Another last thing I wasn't expecting, him showing up in drag to the final fight scene. That was so good.
Yeah.
I'll say he had me fooled. I for sure thought he was a woman. I was like, yeah, he looks a little strange, but that cannot be him.
Yeah.
Hey, it just goes to show you can't always tell.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it, jabronis.
Jabronis. Yeah. I thought it was, I mean, I just thought it was, he just did such a really good job. I even thought like the banter when he gets the phone call and he's with his partner, hilarious.
Yeah. And then when he's mocking the other detective, he's like, yeah, it was a huge freaking guy.
Just,
man.
And then he starts his Discman on his belt.
I was like, oh man, if I was a detective, that'd be me for sure. I'd be listening to music.
So did you ever have like a Discman, like a portable Discman?
No, I had an iPod, but that was probably the closest thing to it.
So let me just describe to you. I even thought this when I watched it in 99. So you had to, portable CD players would skip all the time. All the time.
Just from like movement? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you had to get Walkmans. You had to pay extra for what was known as like a boost. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but it basically was like a shock resistant boost. So you could kind of shake it for a little bit.
That's so cool.
But it cost extra. And so I remember saving up, buying a Walkman, and even with the boost, CDs still was
still pretty bad.
I mean, yeah. So I remember first time watching this movie, I'm like, I don't think that has the boost on it. So like, I would love to see a recut of it skipping.
Of it skipping while he's listening to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But yeah, just a strong commanding character. So yeah, back to it. I think that was your least favorite part was just some of the jokes. But again, I think that was shielded by the people that's saying those jokes weren't good. And they kind of made that apparent. And most of them that made those jokes died.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely didn't enjoy it. I think my least favorite thing about the movie, though, and it's not a specific scene, but it's just the message they were giving and the way they ended the movie.
Okay.
I'll get into it later.
Okay.
Because
that's fair.
I'm going to go on a rant, John.
Oh, okay.
And
it's
going to take a little bit.
Okay. All right.
So your least favorite scene, I think, because this is one of mine as well, was how they introduced El Duce after getting out of prison.
Okay. Why?
Well, they introduced him as like the ghost.
Yeah.
And then he's just standing in the middle of the street shooting at them like multiple times.
What's what ghosts do?
That was the least ghost move I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, they did a better job with the main character at the house that they're there to get with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
They did a better job of making him look more like a badass as opposed to
El Duce.
El Duce.
Yeah.
Yeah, his character. So they didn't do him a good service because I'm like, he's just one guy and he has a lot of guns.
Yeah, and they set him, like the setup was so cool.
Yeah, and then they didn't hit him either.
Yeah, nobody hit each other except for one finger that got lost. Come on, guys.
One of the guys got shot in the leg.
Okay,
one of the brothers got shot in the leg. Yeah,
but nobody died.
I know.
They were all just standing
I
there.
know.
Yeah, the buildup was so good, and then just
yeah. I think that scene is a little forgiving too because it's distracting a little bit because you're watching it through the retelling of Willem Dafoe. And so he's like in the middle of the gun battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just from a perspective, and I could be making this up, but I always kind of thought like, he didn't really do anything. And they talked about him being amazing.
Yeah.
But it's from the perspective of being told, I'm like, maybe it's because Willem Dafoe's in the way.
And look, I get it too. Like he's obviously way older. He's been in prison for, I think they said 27 years or something like that.
Can't even hold a gun.
Yeah, he can't even hold a gun. But he wasn't sneaky and they set him up to be the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
There was no stealth involved in the mission whatsoever.
For sure. It would be like introducing John Wick in present day and then John Wick doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he just stands there and shoots.
And anything. Totally agree.
Yeah? Was that your least favorite? Or was there something else?
Because you described it so well, that is my least favorite scene.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know that I had a least favorite scene outside of that.
Not even the cat getting shot.
Oh, it's the moment I saw the cat die, I was like, Tabby's gonna hate that.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
Full disclosure, I completely forgot that scene happened. And that's on me. So yeah, when I saw that part, I'm like, oh no, Tabby's gonna put in a
resignation letter. Sudafed. O2 John Sudafed.
Hey, we'd like to take a quick break and thank our sponsor, Sudafed.
Oh man. Yeah, and then Rocco was like kind of really mean to those girls right after too. And it's like, dude, you're the one that just killed their cat.
For sure. Yeah, it's problematic, but that's Rocco, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just let me have it. I'm going to defend everything.
All right. So my biggest problem with the movie is, and I think you know this, I'm all for like the protagonist either being an anti-hero or just a straight up bad guy.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite TV shows, Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Walter's not a good guy at all. One of my favorite movies, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis.
I actually have not seen that.
Ooh, that should be one we watch then.
Okay.
I think you'd actually really enjoy that. The thing with There Will Be Blood is like the whole message of the movie is like the corruption of man and how far just that corruption can take somebody.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, like he has a good reason to start with, which you can argue like they get this message from God. That's why they start it. Okay. I can get behind that. But you know what happens to Walter in the end? He dies because he got way in over his head. And the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm waiting for the scene where they're like, we're way in over our heads because they're not like trained killers. And they, the one scene where they kill the Russian mob boss and all the people, they just fall through the rafters and are getting every single shot. I was like, their luck has to run out eventually.
For sure.
And we get the scene with him and Rocco where they shoot the cat. Like they're drinking, but they're still playing with guns and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, they're trying to show how like these people should not be vigilantes. Like they're not the right people to be doing this. But by the end of the movie, they get away with everything. Smecker, Willem Dafoe,
Yep.
he agrees with their mission. All the other cops agree with their mission because they're the ones that let them into the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like it was sending the completely wrong message that these guys are just completely in the right. And I was waiting for the scene where either, I don't know, maybe Willem Dafoe dies and they're like, oh, we should not be doing this. Like, we are not the right people for this job.
Yeah.
But every main character in that movie just agreed with them in the end. And I feel like this movie was just kind of trying to be cool. And that was the only message it was trying to send. Like, we are cool Irish Catholic killers.
Yeah,
and
they
we're
are cool.
Awesome.
Yep, they are cool. Message received. You nailed it, man. You just made my point for me. They are cool.
I guess.
What's your take? Do you agree with him?
I do agree 100% with Matthew. I feel as if like there's so many discrepancies between their character, who they're supposed to be, because they know they're fluent in so many languages. So I'm thinking someone who's fluent in so many languages and knows how to fight like this is a very disciplined person, kind of like military type. And so the last thing I'd expect them to do is like be like playing with guns when they're drunk. That was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And also just in general, the overarching arc where like these are bad guys. I feel as if they're all bad guys. The movie's pushing them in being like, oh, these are not actually bad guys. These are the perfect anti-heroes, but they're not. They're just plain bad guys.
Yeah, this whole movie kind of just felt like a revenge fantasy.
Yeah.
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 But
what? Yeah.
Why is that good?
I mean, it's just what the movie is.
That's not good.
Is it, do you think if you had seen it when it came out and like, do you think you would have thought it was cool in like high school?
I definitely think I would have thought it was cool, but watching it now, there was no good, there was just no good message.
Right. Okay.
There was, besides it, them just looking cool and killing people, and that was it.
I think that my take on this is that it was a budget Matrix. So what I mean by that is when the Matrix came out, same year, everybody wanted to dress like Neo and Trinity, leather, all of that stuff. Like a lot of people I knew that were like really into Boondock Saints, black t-shirts, like that specific style jacket, sunglasses, like, so I definitely hear what you're saying, but I guess I don't see it as a negative because I understood like the time frame that I saw it where I thought that would be something that was cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but how does that make it a good movie though?
I mean, I think what makes it a good movie is Willem Dafoe's character.
Sure.
So up until the ending point, because even when I like really enjoyed the church confession scene.
Yep, that was a really well done scene.
And so agree. Like even like, and just as a general comment, like the fact that this was a self-funded movie and like just from a production standpoint, I feel like really still holds up today.
I don't know. Some of the cuts were pretty bad, especially in the intro scene.
Oh my gosh.
Where they were constantly cutting to black when they're in the meatpacking facility. Yeah. You gotta admit, that was pretty bad.
I mean, but that was like an editing thing.
Yeah. It's part of the movie and it's not good.
Okay. I mean, I grew up with this movie. So to me, this is like a staple in the arsenal. And so you're making good points and I don't know that I can necessarily like refute them. But like one of the things that I really enjoyed about the movie, specifically at the end, is sure, they're going on a killing spree. I don't necessarily agree with how they were picking people. Like the fact that they just had Rocco and like, because they go like, to give you an example, they go to that one theater and they're there for that one guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they find 2 other people. I don't feel like there was a lot of fact checking on those last 2 people.
Sure.
So I feel like that kind of is where it starts to fall apart a little bit in terms of who they're going after.
Yeah.
But up until that point, it's pretty obvious that who they're going after is really bad.
Yeah.
So then towards the end where they're doing that whole scene in the courtroom, I think that whole thing was designed to be cool. I think the cool aesthetic, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying that that's a positive because I think that that's what the filmmaker was trying to go for is, could you imagine a world where justice actually takes place? Because in the justice system, whether it's in America or in this world, they're letting people go. And so these individuals are saying, hey, this will not fly. So I think that concept, especially for the time period, was really cool. I think now we see and I'm not going to go off the rails too much.
Okay.
But we're starting to see people take the law into their own hands and we hate it. So I think through that lens, you can't side with their actions in the movie.
Yeah.
And so, but what I really enjoyed about the ending, and I know some movies have done this since then. I don't know if this is an original idea or not, but during the credits, they're asking people what they think.
Yeah.
And it seems like a 50 or 50 response of like, this should not happen. Are you kidding? Like, and so like, they're almost debating, they're having the same conversation like in the credits of the movie.
And I feel like that theme and messaging should have been throughout the whole entire movie, but he saved it till the very end during the credit scene. And I felt like it was just too little too late.
So this is where my memory is a little hazy because the whole movie, I'm thinking, where is this part where they're cutting to those people? Because I thought it was happening I remember it happening during the movie, and maybe I'm thinking of a different movie, but I was surprised when it was at the end because I'm like, I think from a storytelling perspective, it would have made more sense. I agree with you to have been throughout the movie. So you're having a moral discussion with yourself through the entire process.
I feel like, and this might just be a personal opinion, but the director tried to have their cake and eat it too. Like he made these characters that are morally ambiguous a little bit.
Yeah.
They have this like holy moral mission that they get from a vision.
Yeah.
But they just get away with it, and every main character we meet just agrees with them.
Yeah.
There's no consequences for their actions.
I mean, the movie starts off with them going in a church and they get to go pray at the feet of Christ. And one of the leaders in the church is like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, no, it's okay. I didn't know if that was like, are they showing us after all of the events?
Yeah, I was confused about that too.
I think that that's what I'm considering at this point, is that it was a flash forward, if you will, because people kind of knew who they were. But then even then, I'm like, this is problematic because now they're just not ordinary guys. They're like vigilante superhero types.
Yeah, and I felt like they
special
kept
access.
Yeah, they kept switching between, and I was like, okay, who are these people supposed to be?
For sure. I did enjoy like the brotherly bond between them. I do remember thinking that was pretty badass. Like at the end when they're trying to get out and he kicks his thumb in, I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I know my brother's a fan of the pod. Would you kick my thumb in? I mean,
would you do that for me?
Would you do that for me? I mean, our life is on the line. So I think that there's just like aspects that I connected to.
Sure.
But I see your point, but it's not necessarily like enough for me to like change my score because I knew exactly what I was getting into on the rewatch.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And I don't. Okay.
I mean, honestly, and I'm fine with admitting this, but I'm totally fine with seeing this movie through rose-colored glasses. And I'm not saying it's a 10. So I'm not saying this is a perfect movie by any means.
Sure. And
obviously I'm getting, lower number vibes from you, which is fine.
I don't know what else to say there was just huge flaws with the whole messaging.
Yeah.
But that it's not enough to bring it down
No.
Okay, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Emily, I mean, like I said in the beginning, I mean, she definitely brought her score down. Maybe I'll bring it down a scotch, but is that a official term of measurement?
That's allowed.
Okay.
That's allowed.
I see where you're coming from. And I feel like I gave it a fair rating.
Okay.
I hear your arguments. They are noted. But I think sometimes you just like a movie.
That's fair.
And also, I will say this, just like kind of going through some of the things that I wrote down. And I was trying to think of a movie that this would apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is a movie that you grew up with quoting to your friends all the time?
Probably Superbad.
Okay. What about you?
Home Alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when would you have been quoting those movies with your friends? Like on the playground, high school?
Yeah, high school, early college.
Okay. So this would have been a quotable movie in high school and college for me.
Okay.
So, like for instance, where you going? Nowhere. Like when he's talking to the guy on the ground who's dead. It's like, where you going? Freaking nowhere. Okay.
Okay.
That one was quoted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Please continue the joke. That was always, we never quoted the joke itself, but like if somebody lost their train of thought, please continue the joke. That's
good.
Okay?
That's pretty good.
Okay. So we would quote that. And then like, also again, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. When they make Rock fight the guy with the cue ball.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon vibes. Cause it's, hey, you got to earn your stripes, Rock.
Yeah.
So again, there wasn't an audience for that. It was just the main characters. We would say there was a firefight all the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, that was a great entrance to a room.
Yeah.
There was a firefight. Like half of the people would laugh.
Yeah.
50% ain't bad.
That's pretty good numbers for a joke.
And then just anything Willem Dafoe did.
Yeah, he was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yep.
So were there problems with the main characters? Yes.
Yes.
But on this rewatch, I realized that Willem Dafoe is the main character.
Okay.
And I agree with you that at the end, it's like the entire police force is on their team now. So I get it. I get the concerns. But I guess like as somebody who grew up with it, knows the movie, were there parts that I completely forgot about? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I forget about the cat part? Yes. And does it hold up? I don't think that.
Here's my question, John.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Does a movie having good quotes negate the fact that it has really bad plot points?
I think that's the whole debate that we're having on this podcast is, are we seeing stuff through rose-colored glasses, or are the movies that we saw actually classics? So I'm saying, for me, Boondock Saints is a classic. A lot of good memories tied to that movie. Is it problematic? Sure. Would I have appreciated if the main characters died at the end or were flawed? Yes. But
they were flawed.
Extremely flawed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but I'm saying there were no. But I mean, to you, does that play into the whole thing of like they were called by God?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I think traditionally, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to go on a theological journey, but I think traditionally, when men and women are called by God, quote unquote, that God uses flawed characters, and all they have to do is act, and quote unquote, God takes care of the rest.
Sure.
So I feel like maybe that was an element of it that I was picking up on, was all they had to do was show up, and because they were chosen, it was going to work out.
Sure. Okay. We're going to get really theological now.
Okay.
Is one of the quotes in the Bible not to follow the law of the land? I understand your point of him using flawed people. That's very true. But also another big thing is following the law of the land. And they were not doing that at all.
Sure.
So I don't know if that holds up.
I mean, you got to bring it up with God, dude.
Yeah. I think if you are a believer, you watching this movie, you're like, I don't think he would want them to do that, personally.
I agree with that now. Back then it was cool.
Not the God of the Old Testament, though.
Uh-oh, here we go.
You're going to be like, yeah, carnage.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to get a lot of unsubscribers on this. Well, I hear your points. And I don't know. I just...
Look, I get like having characters like doing really awesome things and that just being the point of the movie. Then don't make me dislike the main characters.
Yeah, that is an issue. I mean, that happened with Riggs.
Yeah.
In the first Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
I mean, says some stuff that made you not like him. So I understand what you're saying. Okay.
And that's all I have to say.
Okay.
I'm dropping my marker.
Before you guys do the final ratings, I do want to say a really iconic scene that I forgot to mention. It's still a fight scene, but it's when Rocco was shooting the two guys in the restaurant.
Yep.
I loved that scene a lot because they were dying in the middle of laughing, and it looked so good. I don't think I've seen a lot of movies where people are dying because people always like, oh, I'm dying now. But they were like, it caught them off guard and they captured that so well.
Yeah, and his line was like, oh, I'm the funny guy, huh? I'm the funny guy.
Yeah.
That was a good scene too. I like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay. Final score.
Here we go.
Oh man, I hope there's another episode after this one. Are you doing final score?
I'll write mine down.
Okay.
Want to hear some fun facts?
Yeah. So the real inspiration for this movie was from the writer and director, Troy Duffy. He was inspired to write the script after seeing a drug dealer steal money from a dead body when he was working as a bartender in LA.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you should know during, I think, the filming of this movie, either during or after, friends of Troy Duffy previously, ex-friends, we could say, they created a documentary called Overnight to show the rise and fall of Troy Duffy because this ended up being a indie kind of produced film, but initially it was set to have like a $15 million budget.
Dang.
But he lost it because apparently he's very hot-headed and hard to work with. So they created this documentary showing showing his rise and fall. Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
that's the undertone you were picking up the whole movie. Why you didn't like it?
The undertone.
I have a feeling, yeah.
Just the bad vibes on
Bad
set.
vibes. Ooh.
Yeah. Also, the film was only shown in 5 theaters. You're right, Matthew.
Yes.
Nice.
But
Let's go.
the reason was the Columbine effect, because this was released around
Yeah.
the 2000s, where like a school shooting, a massacre was also happened, and the violent nature of the movie kind of didn't
Yeah.
sit well at that time. So,
Interesting.
Same thing happened with The Matrix. That's why they made it R.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you guys should know, due to the bad financial choices Troy Duffy made during that time, he did not really get him a lot of profits from the movie being released in videos, in DVDs, and VHSs.
It's unfortunate.
Is unfortunate.
Or Duffy.
All right.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Let's get this over with.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. 3, 2, 1.
I changed it.
Okay, I kept
Whoa.
mine the same. I started mine at a 5.5 and I kept a 5.5.
Okay. I had it as an 8. I brought it down to a 7.5. Because as you're talking about it, I'll say what you did right in the debate was you backed me into a corner and I couldn't debate myself out of certain arguments.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, like, would I deem this as a classic? Like, would I enjoy watching this with my kids when they're older?
Mm.
And I'm starting. So I just kind of had that element of it.
Sure.
And I probably maybe will or won't. I don't know. But I think I pulled the rose-colored glasses down for just long enough to lower my score a little bit.
So do you think it's a classic?
I think it is a classic for a certain generation,
Okay.
but I don't think that it is a classic to move onward
Sure.
in terms of cross-generational.
Okay. John, this might surprise you, but I think it should be considered a classic. Big fat asterisk only because of Willem Dafoe's performance.
Oh,
in
for
it.
sure. William Dafoe. And even Emily and I were talking about this. We didn't really know who he was before this. So anything we see him in since 2000,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, it's the Boondock Saints guy. Like he was wild.
That's so
and-
funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so, like, again, I don't think, like, a lot of people obviously didn't see it in theaters, but a lot of people had it on DVD, cult classic.
Yeah.
So it was like widely watched, at least in my friends group.
Yeah. And I'll say it was a fun watch, but I can't get over these really
For sure.
glaringly
Yeah,
bad
and
plot points.
I mean, that's going to be one of the issues as we try to, like, define what a classic is.
Mhm.
Because one of the things too is, like, I feel like TV shows have ruined watching certain movies, because now I'm wishing, like, man, wish we had, like, more character development or more
Sure.
of, like, I mean, you said you like Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is like how many seasons?
It's like 5.
Yeah. And so you watch his progression over like years.
Yeah.
And so,
You know
like,
what's funny? I think that whole show only takes place like over a year and a half.
yeah, which makes sense. But I'm just saying, like, you spent years with that character
Sure.
through seasons.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I don't know. And I'm not saying if we had a season of Boondock Saints, that would fix everything. But yeah, I see your point. If the characters had admitted, like, and kind of rode off into the sunset, if you will, then I could see it being a much better, timeless classic.
Yeah.
If you will.
Okay. Well, since you haven't seen this movie, I think we should watch There Will Be Blood.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually really surprised you haven't seen it.
This is one of those movies where, and I'm weirdly like this, I can't explain it. But if a movie gets overhyped, especially like in the Oscar category, I just don't see it.
Interesting.
And I think
was it pretty like overhyped when it came out?
I mean, everybody.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it till about like 4 years ago.
Okay.
But I think it's really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, obviously we have to watch Last of the Mohegans at some point.
Yeah. I haven't seen that.
I don't know if it holds up or not.
I guess we'll see. My mom's always like, oh, that movie's so sad. That's all I know about it.
Yeah. I don't remember why it's sad. But I think she's right.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
All right. Next episode, there will be blood. So make sure you watch it before we discuss it.
All right. And this has been a real pain.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode was brought to you by Storyline Multimedia, and special thanks to Matthew Purcell for making and producing our theme song.